What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. We're going to be speeding through some recent XRP and Ripple news, sipping some coffee, and I'm even going to go through the current assets on my watch list on coinmarketcap.com. Let's dive in, and wow, I just noticed that we have 69 notifications. Let's get into it. Right here, guys, the total cryptocurrency market cap is about $1.8 trillion. I'm just going to slowly scroll through this. Some of these assets, of course, a lot of us have been able to buy dirt cheap, but I do not own every single asset. Unfortunately, missed out on Theta massively. I've been having people telling me to buy it since it was pennies, even at $2, and I didn't listen, so that's my fault. But we're going to keep scrolling through these guys and just give you an idea of the assets I hold, assets that I'm looking at, and of course assets that some of which I expect to absolutely catch up to some of the bullish moves that others have made already. All right, so just scrolling through these guys, let you get a little look. I know a lot of you guys are already all about all the Polkadot ecosystem, far ahead of me. I'm only one man, so I really just try to focus on assets that are a lot more liquid, but then some of these guys are the lower caps that I've been looking at as well. All right, on to the next one. So right here, guys, this is actually shared by XRP Artisan or XR Patience right here. Now, this is a 2-tweet series, and I want to show you this. So we have this XRP rich list from the top 0.01% of accounts plus the XRP chart included. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this chart. So what we're seeing here and what XRP Artisan is saying is after every single dip, such as the dips on December 25th, January 1st, the 27th, even Feb 16th, and the 28th, there's always been a run-up in price afterwards where we actually notice that these larger accounts, or whales is what we call them, are selling. Meaning, between these little price swings, the volatility, the change in price, they're capitalizing massively. Now, I know many of us, or the average Joe in the XRP ecosystem, might only have a couple thousand XRP or 1,000 XRP. There's not a whole bunch of money to be made during these little 5% or 10% swings. Of course, we're waiting for those much bigger days ahead when utility can drive this market. But with an account with even 10 million XRP, a 5% or 10% change in price can be very, very lucrative. So I don't really blame them, but I know that, yes, we are waiting and we are approaching decision time. So notice right here, the summary. Whales bought all the major dips since December 25th and sold during that next rise that followed, with one exception. This is something to pay attention to, guys. So since, let's see, with one exception, since February 28th, right here, there's been over approximately 520 million XRP that have been accumulated. The chart shows whales buying before big price rises, and they're accumulating more than ever. So think about it. So what I'm saying is it is decision time. Are we going to pop or drop? And I've personally noticed that the XRP community sentiment is nearing an all-time low. And if you guys have paid attention to the previous bull cycles, I think that means that we are getting ever closer than before. So you guys decide for yourselves, but I'm not going anywhere. In my opinion, XRP should be well above $1 plus right now. Of course, the SEC allegations are scary. Of course, we want settlement. We want clarity to happen tomorrow. But what Zig Ziglar often says is prepare for the worst and capitalize on what's to come. And that is how I've been handling my investment portfolio overall. So I think we're edging ever closer. And keep in mind, I mean, there's so many other things being built around XRP outside of what just Ripple is doing. And I cannot wait to see what happens. And I want to see what the SEC even responds to with everything that essentially John Deaton's been working on. So all good and great. I'm personally confident, but please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Next up, right here, guys, Leonidas sharing this. So Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson have been allowed by the court to file a motion to dismiss the cases against them. They must file their motions by April 12th. So we'll keep an eye on this. I did in fact retweet this. You guys can follow Leo and you guys can read all of this as well. All right. Next up, so XRP Crypto Wolf, I know this went viral last night, but I just wanted to share breaking news. We have Morgan Stanley now. Remember all these groups that said that crypto wasn't really interesting and now they're looking into actual digital asset custody? It's because they smell the money. You cannot put this genie back in the bottle. So now Morgan Stanley is bidding for, BitHum is how I pronounce it, South Korea's top crypto exchange for a $2 billion valuation. So remember a couple years ago, Coinbase was valued at $8 billion, Ripple the company was valued at $10 billion. And now recently we see that Coinbase has a valuation, if they IPO, of 90 to 100 billion. What on earth do you think Ripple would be in the future? Of course the SEC is concerned with the executives' holdings and the escrow, but XRP in my mind is not a security whatsoever. It is much more like a payments token. In the future clarification of these assets, just like Stuart Alderati has explained, between security token, payment token, utility token, I think ETH, Ethereum, of course, I love it. I think it's personally just a utility token. Gas, you name it. So just wanted to share that. And Right here, Martin Volk, thank you for the tag. So here's a little bit of this Ethereum drama, of course, and these are the things that I reference all the time. People come to me and they go, hey, Gary Gensler, the new SEC chair, has said bad things about XRP. Well, he's also said good things. And guess what? If you watch the old multi-hour long videos of him teaching as a professor at MIT, where they run a validator on the XRP ledger, deeply ingrained with the Algorand Foundation as well, he said some bad things about the Ethereum Foundation as well, saying he said Ethereum and XRP were sold as uncompliant or non-compliant securities. That's not a good thing. Notice some of the shady stuff that happens. I love Ethereum, but guys, this is the world. It is run by people. Nobody is perfect. We all have our flaws. And I just want to read this. So, from ValueWalk, when he declared Ethereum was not a security at the SEC in 2018, William Hinman was receiving a $1.6 million per year pension from Simpson Thacher, a member of Ethereum Alliance. What? How is that fair, guys? Do you see how this game is just... it's just played. This is how the game's played. So a former SEC ethics lawyer called the payments a little unsettling. And I like those words, a little unsettling. And then I did retweet this. A recent SEC lawsuit against the XRP crypto caused it to lose roughly 2/3 of its entire value, crushing the market cap, affecting... and keep in mind the SEC says they're supposed to protect us everyday people. Well, I think they actually did more damage than, or more harm than good, and I don't think you can really dispute that. So the lawsuit came as Hinman left to return to Simpson Thacher, which is a member of the Ethereum Alliance. Very, very interesting. And of course, I'm not bashing ETH. I love it. I think it's going to be here to stay, and I really do hope it does a successful migration to proof of stake. What I'm saying is, there is a lot of shiesty things in the past as well for this group that could be construed as bad. You could see even with, what is it, the Ethereum Alliance or Foundation, I'm trying to remember, Vitalik, and I'll have to go check it out and get more well-versed, but they were talking about when to sell ETH and essentially dump on the market properly and get everybody in. It was something that I would say is a little unsettling. All right? So I already went over that. I was reading through this. Next up, so we have Ripple hiring a top Uber executive. Of course, we're kind of picking people from Facebook, Google, Amazon, Goldman Sachs, of course. You guys get it. So it's kind of wanted to go over that. And we can see this gentleman right here. His name is Brooks, and I'm just going to say Entwistle. He is now the managing director and GM at Ripple. He was an ex-Uber as well, and we're going to kind of look at his profile here and just take a quick gander. So managing director and GM of Ripple now. He was also a board member right here at Global Synergy Acquisition, and he's focusing specifically in the southeast, region of Asia. So notice Singapore, of course. So yes, I believe, of course, we have offices there. Singapore is one of the many countries that said XRP is not a security. Oh, and awesome. I bet he has some good and great contacts in this financial ecosystem in Singapore. Why? Well, because he was at Goldman Sachs for almost 20 years, and look where he worked. Singapore. All right. Next, so I was just sharing this by Decrypt. So we have Turkish government warms up to crypto, charts a regulatory course. So I'll believe it when I see it. We're seeing countries across the board doing the same thing finally. So a senior Turkish government minister says he no longer has a negative feeling towards crypto, and regulations targeting fraud are in the making. So we'll see what happens and comes of this. I was reading through this, nothing too important. Now right here, guys, Roth Economan, definite follow. Ripple partner SBI, they own a huge stake of not only Ripple, but R3. They have purchased a 5% stake in RootAnt, and I'm sure some of you have heard of them. This is a blockchain supply chain finance company based in Singapore. Wow, Singapore is almost popping up in every single video, just like the UK, just like Japan, just like a lot of these forward-thinking nations in the world that are adopting Web3 technology. So RootAnt uses R3 Corda, another SBI investment. Of course, I need to look more into SBI Ripple Asia because it's been a bit quiet. They're always promising about plans for literal use of XRP or ODL. And I just want to see something happen finally. And I love Adam Trademan and all the people working over there. I think it's very promising. I think they're really good, honest people and hard workers. I just want to see some developments and utility now. All right, so RootAnt uses R3 Corda. Keep in mind, Corda is agnostic. It can use and settle with any crypto. And funny enough, of course, XRP was one of the first to be named, and for good reason. So I'm not saying it has to use XRP, but you definitely cannot dismiss that in the future. And for the back end and apps with a focus on usability. So I love following Roth Economan. Always super logical, super sound. If you don't like the Moonboy talk and over speculation, follow this gentleman. He sticks to the facts, sources below, and just a good way to speculate with, within a speculative investment. So So right here, guys, Root Ant bills itself as the #1 digital transaction banking fintech in the APAC region. This is the Asian Pacific region. If SBI is part of Japan moving away from China, because remember those articles we reviewed, what was it, last week? In some ways, perhaps, this is a speculation, perhaps XRP moving through Corda becomes advantageous, but there is no indication of this happening so far. Just something to monitor. Very interesting. And of course, we have the SBI sources down below, Root Ant and the gateway to China, Root Ant serving a vital role. Very interesting. All right, so I was already going through this, nothing to really see here. And lastly, guys, I wanted to highlight this because I got a good laugh. So this is LivePeer, the crypto LPT, and it is absolutely just took off. I know I tweeted on February 27th, the current price is about $4.47, and just saying I could think it could hit $13.50 by end of year. That was super conservative. I already had a bunch of confluences there. Essentially a 3x your total investment, or 200% increase in terms of percentage plus your initial investment. So we had a bunch of confluences. I did review this chart during our market breakdowns for Cage's Trade members, and I just wanted to kind of highlight this because I'm not just looking at the charts, I'm looking at these charts and combining the fundamentals of the asset. When I knew Grayscale was looking at this, Filecoin, basic attention token in their releases, I think words mean things. So I pay very close attention to that. And of course, even this article that just came out, of course, Filecoin, just an easy 100% return in and out if you'd like. LPT just skyrocketed. So that's just part of the game. But I wanted to point that out, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. We got a bunch of more content coming out, and I will catch you in the next one.